Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Cincy Game Hunting. This one's a little bit different though. I happened to notice the other day I was on GameStop's website and a bunch of things kind of caught my eye. I was doing my normal shifting around looking for older games and stuff like that. I noticed a bunch of things that had changed on the website. I kind of have to show you more than anything else. So let's take a look real quick here. Here's GameStop's website. And I normally type in, Wii U, because that's what I do. I love my Wii U games. So I went in here, typed it in, and I noticed things were different. Like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, I think that used to be like around $40. They've got it up to $54.99. And that's not the only one that's weird. There's a bunch of games that have jumped up in price. I think they have moved a lot of their games into higher values. Like a lot of the games you used to find for cheap, undervalued games have all of a sudden spiked. And I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring back retro games. Now, Wii U is not a retro gaming system, at least not yet, but this is how I kind of first found it. So I kind of went through the Wii U games and I was looking through stuff. I'm like, okay, well, some of the stuff is a little bit cheaper, some is a little more expensive. But like Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, it's not in stock, of course, but it was, I want to say, around $49, $39, something like that, $44. It's up to $70 now. A couple other ones that have gone up a little bit. Color Splash, I believe, used to be a $29 game. It's up to $49 now. So a lot of games have seemed to have changed prices. And it's not just Wii U, it's other systems as well. Let's keep going here real quickly. I want to show you a couple things that I had noticed as well. The Wii U has been kind of dwindling when it comes to the GameStop stock. So a funny thing is here, remember the old Wii Fit U thing where they were giving like $25 in trade credit? That's gone now. They think they figured out what the problem was on that one. It's down to $4.99 to sell it, to buy it. So it's definitely not going to get you $25 in trade anymore. But if you get able to take care of that or be able to partake in that before it got taken down, good up on you, because I myself traded in at least 3 copies of Wii Fit U for $35, because I actually did it during a 50% clearance or 50% bonus week. Around page 3 or 4 of the Wii U is when it starts getting interesting. You get down here. Oh, look at that. Xenoblade Chronicles X was $25 and it's now $70. Game & Wario was originally around $25 to $29, up to $70. And here's the big one. Devil's Third is on the website. Now, this is a screaming deal if you can ever find it in stock somewhere for $70. Devil's Third is like a $300, $400 game. But the fact that this is actually on the website again is blowing my mind, because this hasn't been on the website in years. And that's not the only one. A lot of these games have been pennied out, like those ESPN Sports Connection, and another one that popped up the other day, if it comes across, Funky Barn, for 20 bucks. That's actually a good deal for that game, but that game was pennied out. So they're bringing back games that weren't even in their stock anymore, in their system anymore. So that's really interesting. And there was one other big one that I had noticed that had popped in there. The Book of Unwritten Tales 2, which is one of those games that's $200 on the Wii U, if you buy it from eBay, that is. But they have it for $70 here. That was another game that was pennied out, I believe. They weren't even in the system before a couple days ago. Like I checked this, it was like this past Monday, I think is when I found all these. I was just surfing through the GameStop website on Memorial Day, and I found a bunch of these games that just were not in the system before. I think Madden 13 might have been pennied out as well. That was another one that might have gotten pennied out. So I'm not going to dwell on this too long, but that was kind of how I found what was happening. Moving on. Another thing I check fairly often is Dragon Quest games. So I type in Dragon Quest. We bring it up, And all the normal suspects are here. And you get down towards the bottom, and this is the game that I was kind of looking for. Dragon Quest VIII on the 3DS. Because it's actually still a fairly good price for this one. They haven't jacked the price up on this yet. But I've been meaning to try to find it for 3DS. I actually own the PS2 version. So I went to the next page because I figured I'd check to see what the other DS games said. Oh, and some other ones popped up. Wait. Dragon Quest VIII again? No. But then I looked a little closer. I clicked on it. It's actually the PlayStation 2 version. They just had the wrong stock photo in there, and they're selling it for $15. Now, PS2 games have not been readily available. They have some of them, but they have not been readily available on the GameStop website in a while now. So to see that, I was very interested to see that, and that kind of piqued my interest. I just noticed a second ago too, when I went back to it, another game had been added to the Dragon Quest section. Dragon Quest Rocket Slime, that was not there before. Dragon Quest Swords, that one had not been in there for the system for a while now, so I don't know what the deal is and why all these are popping back up again. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Alright, we go into video games. Retro gaming. And all these come up. Alright, well, one thing I noticed is that Diddy Kong Racing is actually on sale right now. Normally it's $44.99 down to $24.99. They were never going to sell it for $44.99, so it's a good on them for actually lowering that price down. But you switch the filter, change the platform to Game Boy Advance. Now, GBA games had been off the website for probably about 5-6 months now, maybe, and they're all back on again. And it's not just a few, there's 51 games on here now. It's not just the Pokemon games, which, by the way, another thing that I've noticed, the Pokemon games have all jumped up in price too. Fire Red, Leaf Green, Emerald version, those were all between $29, $30, $40, something like that. They're all $100 now. So they are adjusting all of their retro prices and making them in line with what they kind of are in the rest of the world. And it's kind of interesting to see, like, they haven't really touched the pricing on the retro games in quite a while. So looking around here, you got a couple of the mainstays. Metroid Prime Fusion, that's actually a good price for that one, for $45. Dragon Ball Advance Adventure, that's actually a $100 game. So to see that for $100 on their website is interesting. That actually game hasn't been on their website in a while now. But that's just a subtle smattering of what they've got for the Game Boy Advance section. Let's click out of that now. We'll switch the filter to something else. Platform. Let's see, what should we try? Let's go to GameCube, because the GameCube games, after the last big sale, they've kind of taken them down. So I'm going to click on GameCube and we'll hit done. And there's 109 GameCube games back up there again. They had taken them all down, and now they're back. And it looks like they have adjusted the prices on these as well. Well, maybe not. Well, yeah, Pokemon XD was not $100 before. Fire Emblem actually came down in price. That's kind of surprising. But Twilight Princess was not $99 before. They raised that price up. Pokemon Coliseum, I think, was not $100 before either. They moved Paper Mario, that was at $50 before, now it's up to $100. So yeah, that's a lot of difference there. I wish there was more. I could kind of show you here that it's kind of all over the place. I want to say I picked up a bunch of these GameCube games recently for way cheaper than a lot of these prices are right now. Alright, let's try another one. Try something that's maybe a little bit older. Platform. Let's go to... Where's NES? Did I miss it? NES, right there. Nintendo. Look at all these NES games. What? They have loaded up a whole bunch of NES games onto the website. Now, granted, none of these are showing up. They're all pick up in store because they're not actually available right now. but they're all available to be traded in, I believe. So like, say, click in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. We got $34.99 on that one. Come on, let's go. Now let's go down to the trade value. It's tradable. $11. Now it's not. It's up to you. It's not really worth that much to me to be trading $11 for Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. But the fact that it is tradable now is very interesting. I do think that GameStop is starting to get back into the retro game. They are jumping back in full force into the retro gaming, and they're bringing back all the games they pennied out from years before. Let's try one more. Let's get a Nintendo. Let's filter down. Change the platform. Let's check. Let's check a couple more. I want to check 3DS, and actually, no. Let's check regular DS, Nintendo DS. That's another one that I noticed that games had jumped up in price on. Well, maybe that's not. DS games, they used to have Pokemon games on here. They took them off again. Let's see. Let me type in Pokemon. Let's try black. Alright, so here we go. Pokemon Black version 2 has gone up in price. It was, I want to say, either $59 or $69. It's now up to $89. It's not as big of a jump as some of the other ones were. But again, it's going up in price again. So, and they're adjusting a lot of the prices on the older games. So, I mean, it was one of the greatest things about going and finding retro games at GameStop was that you could kind of catch them slipping because they weren't really paying attention to the prices, and the prices were kind of stagnant for years. So now trying to find deals like on a Wii U game, like I found Turbo for $25, and I think they've got that back up to $100 as well. Let's type that in real quick. Turbo Wii U. Yep, $70. Bought it for $25 at a GameStop on trade credit. I want to say about a year or two ago. So they're figuring stuff out. I mean, granted, it's still cheaper than what it should be. Well, that game should not be $200 in real life. Let's be real here. That game is $5 for the Xbox 360, but it's just such a, I guess, a super short print for the Wii U. But yeah, kind of crazy. Let's check out one or two more categories here in the retro gaming section. Let's go to filter, platform. Why not? Let's go to the Super Nintendo section. Boom, 151 results for Super Nintendo. Look at all these. Now, Demon's Crest is up to $99. Chrono Trigger, $199. But granted, these games are expensive games, so it's actually not a bad price for either one of those probably. But the sheer amount of games that are available on the GameStop website, well, I should say in the system. I mean, there are two games that are actually available. Killer Instinct and Mario Kart are actually in the system and actually are available. The other ones are still a pickup in store, but that's because I don't think they've been traded in yet. The fact that these are now tradable, like you go to Demon's Crest, and I'm sure it's probably like around $30 maybe for trade value, because they don't really offer that much. Yeah, 30, 35, 38 if you're a pro member. You can actually trade in retro games into GameStop again, and that's kind of blowing my mind. Like I said, you're not getting great value for them. You might be better off taking them to your local video game store and trading them there, or selling them. And most people do that watch the channel are big reselling fans. So yeah, something to keep an eye out for, guys. GameStop is now reloading, I believe, their retro gaming section. So I would keep your eyes on the GameStop website. I would keep an eye at your local store. You never know when they're going to start getting stuff in. I'm going to kind of check my store in the next couple of days here and see if anything has been traded in. But the fact that these are now on the website is pretty awesome to see. You might still be able to get some good deals. Like I said, like some of the games like that are really expensive, maybe they accidentally get traded in by somebody who doesn't know the difference. and you might be able to get a good deal on them. So, guys, I want to make a quick video, kind of show you guys that, and see, just let people know, keep your eyes open for games that might be available in your area or on the website. There was one other section that I wanted to show you guys, the PlayStation 2 section. I noticed there was a couple games in stock. Platform. Now, PlayStation 2 has had some games in stock in recent years, but like Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, and Simpsons Hit and Run are all in stock right now, I believe, over at the GameStop website. Yeah, add to cart. Now, I can't promise you'll get a case with it, but Vice City Stories is kind of like a $50 game, I think, if you get it complete. But it's about $35 loose, so still cheaper, I guess. Buy it loose from them, but that's all I'm gonna leave it right here, guys. Like I said, this is mainly to have you guys keep an eye out at your local GameStop and kind of keep track of what's happening. And you never know, you might find some deals. But like I said, the one bummer part about this is they are adjusting the prices on these games. So the games that you might have been able to find not too long ago for a cheap price may have gone up a little bit. So like I said, keep your eyes open. Until next time, keep hunting.